Good morning.
Good morning. I really need this class today. All right, let's find our way to a centered seat. Today is Tuesday. This is gentle yoga. We made it into the room and we get to be together and practice. That is a good thing. So any comfortable seat is fine. Let's place our hands on our lap somewhere. Let's take a breath in, drawing the shoulders up. And exhale, release. Then let's close our eyes and we'll begin our practice by taking some deep centering breaths. Let's let our chin gently lower toward the chest, still breathing deep. And then let the right ear tip toward the right shoulder, reaching that left ear up to the sky, breathing deep. And let the chin drop back down. And we'll roll over to the other side, left ear toward left shoulder, reaching upward through that right ear. Eyes are soft. And let the chin drop down. Once again, we'll roll the right ear toward the right shoulder, holding there, breathing. And we'll just do a little tiny sideways nod. And let the chin drop. Reach left ear to left shoulder, both shoulders dropping down. A little sideways nod. And release the chin downward. We'll let the eyes softly flutter open. And with an inhale, let's reach the chin upward toward the sky. Exhale, pull the chin back and we'll look downward. Inhale, reach it up, pressing the chin forward. And exhale, draw the chin back and down. Let's do that one more time. And back to center. Let's stretch the legs outward into a V shape. Let's rub some warmth into the palms. And we'll take that warmth and just gently rub it into the legs. These extreme temperature changes can be hard on the system and the joints. So we'll just send some love and kindness as we massage that warmth into the legs, keeping our breath nice and deep and even. We can either continue with this style of massage or make fists and do a little gentle percussive massage. This is a little bit more enlivening Both of these styles will help with our circulation, our skin tone, our muscle tone. So let's support the body by keeping the breath nice and deep. And we'll make sure we still have that spirit of loving kindness, even if we're being vigorous. Let's take just a moment to balance out both sides. Then let's bring our hands to either side. We'll take our right arm, inhale, reach it up, and we'll lean across on the exhale. As we breathe in, let's windmill to the other side, reaching the left arm up, and exhale to lean. Let's go side to side. Use the inhale to reach upward and the exhale to lean. If you're doing this right, quote unquote, you'll be going at a slightly different pace from everybody around you. The next time we lean to one side, let's hold there breathing. And let's float to the other side. And we'll hold there. With an inhale, let's reach straight up with both arms. Exhale, lean forward with a flat back as long as you can. Then let the back round, bring the hands to the earth, and we'll take a few deep breaths in a forward fold. Then let's walk the hands in, stacking the spine. We'll bring our right leg in, so we'll bend that right knee. And let's stretch the left leg straight out in front. So if we're sitting up on something, you may want to come down at this point, so we feel stable through both sits bones. And we're going to reach down and hold that left shin or ankle. Let's take our right arm and we're going to sweep that right arm out toward the toes. Let's exhale. As we inhale, let's reach that right arm back behind us and exhale toward the toes. Boy. Just notice how dirty my socks are. Squirrel moment. Let's do one more. Reach toward those toes. We'll hold on somewhere and just take some long exhales, making the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. And let's walk the hands up the leg, stacking the spine. We'll switch legs, finding both sits bones. Then let's hold that right shin or ankle. We'll take the left arm and sweep it toward the toes. Exhale. As we inhale, let's reach behind us and up. And exhale toward the toes. The next time we're reaching toward those toes, let's hold on somewhere, letting the heart just melt, making the exhales longer than the inhales. And let's walk the hands up the leg, stacking the spine. From here, let's make our way onto hands and knees. Please feel free to use some padding underneath the knees or the wrists or both. And we'll come onto tabletop, so hands right underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath the hips for cat-cow. Let's inhale and arch the back and exhale round. Then breathing our way to a neutral spine, let's curl the toes under. We'll lift the hips up into a downward facing dog. Let's bend one knee a lot and then the other. Breathing deep and switching back and forth, leaning into one heel and then the other. Once more to each side. Then let's float the knees back down and let's walk our hands over to the left. They'll be off the mat. Take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we'll pull the hips back to the right. Crescent child's pose. Let your head drop down, and we'll breathe deep into that right side. Then scooping upward, let's lift the heart, and we'll walk our hands over to the right off the mat. Deep breath in, and exhale, reach the hips away to the left. We'll breathe into that left side. And let's gently rise. We'll come back to center. Curling those toes under if they're not. Let's lift the hips and rise into downward dog again. As we breathe in, let's lift both heels and exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. And release the knees down. We're going to bring the knees wide apart. Big toes touch. Reach the hips back. Child's pose. And let's gently rise one more time. Bringing the knees right underneath the hips. Let's locate our blocks and we'll place them right where our hands just were, like so. We're going to bring our right forearm onto the block. Reach that left arm out in front of you. And then we're going to start to lift. So we're looking under that left armpit. And from there, reach that left arm upward toward the sky. One more inhale. We'll exhale, bring that left forearm down to the block. We'll reach the right arm straight out in front of us. Then start to lift the heart so we can look under that right armpit. Then we'll reach that right arm further up. Breathing deep. I know it shouldn't be this hard. It's harder than it looks. One more inhale. And exhale, come on down. We'll curl the toes, hands on the blocks. We're going to slide those blocks forward as far as we can reach, and then pull the hips back. So we're in a very active child's pose, getting some traction on the spine here. Let the head drop down. Deep breaths. And let's gently rise up. We'll slide the blocks back in so they're a little closer in. And we'll take our left foot forward between those blocks. We'll lift our back knee and we can stack those blocks onto their highest setting. So now we're in a pyramid pose, forward fold. Let's put a little micro bend in the left knee and let the head drop down toward the knee. Let's take several breaths here. Just kind of working that left leg towards straight, softening the heart. Then let's begin to lift the heart. So we're reaching the heart straight forward. Let's bring our right block just a little more forward. We'll put our hand on it. We can also bring it slightly out to the side. Want to feel supported through that right hand. We're going to reach our left arm forward and then look under your left armpit. Start to lift the heart and reach that arm upward. One more inhale. Exhale, bring that hand down. And we'll gently lower. Coming all the way back down into our active child's pose. So we'll reach those blocks forward and then reach the hips back. Let the heart melt. And deepening the breath. Let's rise up. We'll slide those blocks a little closer. We're going to step our right foot forward this time. And we can come on to those high settings on our block. We'll lift that back knee and reach the heel back. So here we are in our pyramid pose again. We'll put a little micro bend in that right knee if we need to, and just melt the heart toward that right thigh, forehead toward the knee. Arms can be pretty relaxed here. Hands on the blocks. And we're gonna breathe and just play around with straightening that right knee, pulling the right hip back a little bit. Should be a nice deep stretch. Then let's begin to lift the heart so the arms are really straight. Maybe we inch that left block a little further forward. We want to be able to put our hand right on it and lean into that a little bit. Then let's take our right arm. We're going to reach it forward. Start to look under your right armpit, lifting the heart. Then we'll reach that right arm upward toward the sky. One more inhale. We'll exhale down. Gently lower that left knee back to the mat. We'll step back. Turn our blocks to the lower setting. We'll slide them forward. One last time, we're going to take that active child's pose. Reaching the hips back. Lengthening through the arms. We should feel a nice stretch underneath the armpit area. Breathing deep. And let's deepen that breath again. We'll lift the heart. Pull those blocks toward us again. And we're going to step the right foot forward. I know we just had the right foot forward, but it's crazy, but we're going to do it. So we're going to lift that back knee and come back into our pyramid pose. We can lift those blocks up onto their high setting again. We're going to keep a little weight on the hands, and this time, see if we can get that right leg a little straighter and pull that right hip back. Keep the shoulders soft. This time, we'll let the heart lift a little bit. We're going to step our right block out to the right, just a little ways, and bring our left hand to our left hip. Let's start to roll that left hip open, and then reach the left arm up to the sky. So now we're in triangle pose. Let's take our left arm. We're going to reach it forward and then down. With an in-breath, we'll reach that arm back and up. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale up. And let's do that one more time. And we'll hold our triangle pose once we return there, really lifting up through the heart. One more inhale. And exhale down. We're going to frame that right foot with the blocks so we can move them if we need to. And we'll step forward. So we're in a forward fold. Let's bend the knees and bring the forearms onto the thighs. Let the head drop down. This should feel like some nice release for the spine, letting gravity traction the spine here. Let's take a couple more deep breaths. Then let's bring our hands back onto the blocks, and we'll step our right foot back. So we're going right into our pyramid pose on side 2. Hands are on the blocks, we're placing them wherever we need them. And let's see if we can draw that left hip back, straightening out a little more through that left leg. Breathing deep for this deep stretch. And let's begin to lift the heart. We can slide our left block back or a little bit out to the left, wherever we want it for more support. We'll bring our right hand to the right hip. We'll start to roll that right hip back and then lift that right arm toward the sky. Triangle pose. Then let's reach the right fingertips forward and down. Exhale, back and up. With the breath. Inhaling up. One more time. We'll lift and we'll be in our triangle pose. Let's hold that for a couple breaths. One more inhale and exhale. Hands to the blocks. We'll put a little bend in that front knee and step the back foot forward. And once again, we'll bend both knees, bringing the forearms onto those thighs, letting the head drop down. Give the head a little shake, softening through the jaw. Then slowly, slowly, let's roll on up. One vertebrae at a time. And the neck come up last of all. And I just need to adjust so the folks on Zoom can still see me when we're standing. You guys should be fine right where you are. We're going to bring our feet together so they're side by side. Bend the knees a little bit. So we're in a chair pose. And we're going to bring our knuckles right to the sides of the temples. With an exhale, reach those elbows together. Maybe they touch. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, sit deeper. Inhale, open. And again, just go at the pace of your own breath. If you're really following that breath, your pace will be different from the person beside you. Two more full breaths. Then we'll release those arms. We can roll the shoulders back, maybe bringing those feet just a little wider apart. Let the shoulders drop down the back. I'm going to turn so we're all facing the same way. We'll inhale our left arm up and exhale, bend. We're going to reach down the back. Let's take our right arm and we'll place it right on top of that elbow and gently press down. As we're pressing, let's scoop the core inward a little bit and draw the tailbone downwards. We're not feeling this in the lower back at all. And with an inhale, let's reach both arms up. Exhale, release. Roll those shoulders back. And let them drop down. With an inhale, let's reach the right arm up. Exhale, start to reach down behind your back. And we'll take the left arm up and we'll cap that elbow point and just guide that arm a little further down. Again, we're gonna scoop the core in a little bit, scooping the tailbone under, breathing deep. And with an inhale, let's reach up to the sky. Exhale, release, and roll the shoulders back. We're gonna take our left arm now and inhale it out to the side. Exhale it across the body, and we'll bring our right hand up just above that elbow. Let's look over that left shoulder. Keep a little micro bend in the knees and breathe into that space that's opening up there. With an exhale, let's release. We'll take that same left arm, reach it back behind you, and we'll take hold of our wrist, roll that left shoulder back, and we'll gently pull that whole arm downward. As we do, let's gently tip our right ear toward the right shoulder, breathing deep. And release. Roll the shoulders back. Let them drop down. We'll take our right arm, inhale it out. Exhale across. We'll bring that left arm up just above the elbow and look over that right shoulder, breathing deep. And release. We'll take that same right arm, reach it back behind us, roll that shoulder back. We'll hold on to the wrist and just gently guide that arm back behind us. Tipping the left ear toward the left shoulder. And release. Roll the shoulders back. Let them drop down. We'll bring the feet just a little bit wider apart on the mat. With our inhale, let's reach up. We'll exhale, bend the knees. Sitting downward. Inhale, press up and reach up. Exhale, sit. One more time. This time, as we drop down, we'll hold. Lift those heels on your inhale and lower on the exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. And lower. Then we're going to lift those heels and hover. Doesn't have to be high. Sitting those hips deep. We'll inhale the arms up. Ooh, exhale down. Two more. Don't be an overachiever. Just enough that you can slip a piece of paper under those heels is fine. One more. Woo! Let those heels drop. We found something to work on. Let's inhale. Heels to the ground. Reach up. And just exhale to the heart. We're going to keep the palms pressing. Roll one shoulder back. Then the other. We'll do one more fun thing with that. Let the shoulders drop. With our inhale, we'll reach up. We'll bend those knees on the exhale. Then bring the arms out into goalpost position. We're going to lift the left heel as we reach the arms up. Exhale, lower, squeeze shoulder blades. Inhale the right heel up. Exhale, lower. We'll go side to side. Even this for me. Maybe you feel it too. That nice little wobbly feeling going on. One more. And heels on the ground. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to the heart. Then let the arms release. We're going to bring the hands back behind the lower back. Clasp the hands together. Roll the shoulders back. Draw the tailbone under. We'll lift the heart and just breathe here. So shoulder blades are really squeezing together. Heart is lifting, tailbone scooping. One more inhale. And exhale, release. Let's inhale and reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to heart, palms press. We'll lift those heels and just hover, testing our balance here again. It helps to choose a spot to look at that's not moving. One more full inhale. As we exhale, we'll lower those heels. Inhale, press up. And exhale to the heart. Let's find our blocks. We just need one. And we're going to place it right between the feet. Yeah, out in front a little bit. Then with our inhale, let's reach up. And as we exhale, we'll swan dive down, bringing the hands to that block. And I don't know if you can tell, but I've set the block down out in front a little ways. I'll turn so you guys can see me better. And the reason it's placed there is so that we're really lengthening the torso, just like we did in our active child's pose. Lots of length in the spine. We're going to keep that right hand on the block. Reach the left arm forward. Here we go again. We're going to look under the armpit. Start to lift the heart and reach that left arm upward. Beautiful. One more inhale. Exhale it down. We'll reach the right arm forward. Then start to lift the heart, looking under the armpit. Then we'll float that arm up. Breathing deep. One more inhale. And exhale down. Put a little tiny bend in the knees. We'll let the head drop down. Let's bring the fingertips to the mat. And we'll start to walk the fingertips back behind us, right through that space. Just let the head drop. Let's take a full breath in through the nose. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. One more. Then let's bring the hands underneath the heart. We'll gently make our way all the way down onto our back. However you want to get there. Once we roll down, let's put a hand on each shin and we'll gently rock from side to side. And back to center. Let's clasp hands over the right shin. Stretch the left leg out long and take a few breaths, just hugging this right shin in close. And let's switch sides. Let's change our clasp as well, so the other pointer finger's in front. We'll stretch the right leg out long, soften the jaw, and just gently hug this left thigh close. And let's bring the right leg back. And we'll stretch both legs upward toward the sky, just in a leisurely way. Let's circle those ankles, just letting the arms be as relaxed as can be. Then change direction. Then let's paddle the feet, flexing the ankle back and forth. And release the feet down to the mat. Let's reach our arms out wide and we'll walk the feet outward so they're about as wide as the edges of the mat. Let's let the knees sway over to the right. And let's take several breaths right here. And gently float the knees back to center. And we'll let them release over to the left side. Just letting them rest there as we take several breaths. On an inhale, let's draw the knees back to center. We'll exhale, sway them to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale over to the left. Just gently rock those knees. side to side with the breath. If you'd like to add a movement of the head and neck, you can turn your gaze away from the knees as they rock to the side. Or just let the head rest. And let's gently sway back to the center. Let's locate our strap and let's place the strap on the ball of the left foot. We'll reach that left leg up to the sky, holding onto that strap. Let the shoulders just melt toward the mat. And we'll take several breaths, just gently drawing that straight leg closer to the chest. The sole of the right foot can stay on the mat, or we could stretch that right leg out long. That will add intensity here. Let the jaw soften. Keep those deep breaths flowing through. Then let's hold the strap just with our left hand. Let's take our right hand and place it just on the right hip flexor, so the top of that right thigh. And we'll just lightly press downward there as we let this left leg open out to the left. And let's engage the core to draw that leg back to center. And we'll switch hands, holding the strap with the right hand, and we'll place the left hand on the left hip flexor and lightly press downward. Let's draw the leg across the midline just an inch or two, keeping both sits bones on the mat. And then back to center. Next, we're going to circle this leg. And again, the sole of the right foot could be on the mat, or the right leg could be stretched out. We're going to begin to circle the left leg in and down, around and up. And we'll just hold that strap however is most intuitive to your body. You want to go nice and slow, feeling the support of the strap. My son just turned 9, and I took him and his friends climbing, rock climbing. And believe me, I've never seen anyone be so careful about making sure their straps were snug and supportive. I've never seen my 9-year-old be that attentive. Let's circle the other way. We want to feel that support here. We want the body to register that we've got this. You're held by the strap. And that's going to invite the hip to be more flexible and open up because it feels that support. Let's do one more big circle. Then coming back to center, And just draw that left leg straight up over the hip. And again, take a few breaths, just gently holding here, inviting a deep stretch down the back of that left leg. If you like, you can very slowly press upward through the ball of the foot and then slowly press upward through the heel. And that's a way to kind of massage into the hamstrings. Or you can just hold steady and breathe. Let's let the ankle rest completely. Take one more full breath right here. Then we'll soften, and we're just going to draw that right leg upward and thread it through. So we're switching legs. And we'll just hold this right leg. It should feel very different from the left. Left foot can be on the mat, or left leg can be stretched out. And let's hold the strap with the right hand. Place the left hand on the left hip flexor right at the top of the thigh. And we'll let this right leg open out to the right. Holding here. And we'll draw it back. Switch hands, placing that right hand on the right hip flexor. And we'll just cross the midline, just an inch or so, rooting down through that right sits bone. Then back to center, holding that strap, however feels most supportive. We'll start to circle this right leg in and down, out and around. And change direction. And let's circle our way back to center. Holding on with both hands, we'll just gently pull that leg in a little closer to the torso. And if we liked on side one, we can do on side two as well. Just gently pressing upward through the ball of the foot and then through the heel. Just kind of massaging back and forth into the muscles in the back of the leg. Then letting the ankle just rest. We'll take one more full breath. And we'll bend that knee and take the strap off. Let's place the soles of both feet on the mat. Bring in the hands to the lowest abdominals. Let's gently rock the pelvis east to west. and back to center. If there's any other gentle pose or movement pattern that you'd like to do to round out your practice, please take the next few moments. If you're ready for Shavasana, you can just stretch your legs out long. And since we have our blocks, if you'd like to elevate the lower leg, you could place the blocks underneath the meaty part of the calves. It's a really nice, very simple inversion. It supports the immune system and our circulation. So you'd want them the long way, so we've got the most support possible. So Sandy, turn your blocks 90 degrees. There, that should feel more comfortable. And just draw the shoulder blades together very slightly. And then for those of you using blocks or using a prop, after a few minutes or whenever you're ready, just feel free to take it out and slide it aside. As we enter into Shavasana, just invite the heart to open. We have beautiful spring weather starting. There's all these little flowers popping up everywhere and blooming. So just imagine in the same way, your heart is opening just a little more here. And those spring flowers have so much light in them, so much good energy. In the same way, let your heart be light. Let it unfurl. Let your light shine just a little bit more. Picture it glowing just a little brighter, little brighter. Let that inner light be magnified by the good energy of the practice. Let everything else go. Mm. Let's take some deeper breaths, wiggling the fingers and the toes, stretching a little bit if that feels good. Let's slowly, gently make our way to one side, coming into fetal pose. And from there, let's use our hands and we'll press our way up, finding a centered seat. Let's close our eyes when we get there, taking all the time in the world to get there. And we'll just bring the hands to the heart center, closing the eyes and bowing the head to the heart. Invite the practice to nourish and brighten the best parts of you, your strength, your kindness, your resilience, your courage. Invite that good energy from the practice to stay with you throughout the day and radiate outward to everyone whose lives we touch. May we all have hope, joy, love, light, and laughter. Thank you all so much, and namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks so much, everyone.